Hello guys, and welcome back to Ajod's Rise of Prussia. We're continuing this rather short campaign of which I haven't actually recorded anything for in a few weeks here. I had to get a surgery done and I'm only just now kind of finding the energy to get back into this. But let's give it a shot and hopefully we can get through this. So last episode we pretty much did all of our moves. I'd suggest checking that out if you haven't already. Namely, we're going to be assaulting over here at Namslau. We're concentrating some forces over here to try to get some kind of even fight going on here, because this is one of our objectives, and there's a major Austrian force sitting, while our big bad leader, Frederick II, is going to Nacy in order to get a siege started and basically take it over himself. And otherwise we just have generic garrisons, troop moving, and don't mind this guy doesn't do anything. These guys literally never unlock. They're more of like, if the Austrians make it this far, they have to unlock a fuck ton of Prussians in order to actually win the game. That being said, let's hit next turn. And hopefully, we don't just get kind of pummeled by an assaulting Austrian force. Alright, so assault at Namslau went very well. Honestly, I probably didn't even need to put a hole in the fortifications. It was only a grand total of like 35 power defending it. There really was no chance of me suffering major losses even if I assaulted it immediately. I don't know why I didn't just do that. Maybe I'm just in a different mood right now. But hey, looks like that's pretty much all in this turn. Alright, so how are we going to do this? Oh, do you guys have the same portrait? You do. These are placeholder portraits. I guess this was actually added, this whole scenario, in the gold edition of the game, so I guess they just didn't want to update it or something. Alright, not allowed unless it's a not fortified city, so we know how to handle that. This has a fortress level of 2. I want at least 1 crack in that fortress. We still have 2 siege works, so let's take this siege work and let's go ahead and dump it right there. There was another type 2, which I don't think we have any more of, no. As for you guys, can I get you guys to synchronize even though the leader isn't here? No, I can't. Why on earth do you want to cross a river in order to attack this man? Oh no. Okay, so I reloaded that save because that was a kind of scary fuck up where I combined these 2 armies together. Not that that's necessarily the worst thing, but when you do it, there's no quick undo button. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start sending this guy south. He's just taken this location. We're going to have to remember we have to leave a cavalry. So let's release that cavalry and toss him in there so that we can maintain control of this region. Now, do I have to redo this? Yeah, I think I have to redo putting the siege works down. And the reason I'm moving him here and not all the way down to here is because when I get here, I plan on assaulting basically immediately because none of these cities have any defenses. So I plan on, going here, assaulting when I arrive. Repeat, 3 turns, I own all of this. So I want to travel and then kind of wait, because that way I can allow him to rest up a little bit before going in there, maybe get some supply back, because as you see, he is missing some supply. One thing I can actually do to help this process to make sure that my supply line holds up is if I do Reconnaissance right here. It'll increase my military control to ensure that we don't basically not get enough as we pass through it. We'll be sitting here, so we'll definitely get enough just sitting there. The big thing of my decisions for this turn is right here. This is problematic. This is a big Austrian force, but I don't think it's the whole Austrian force. I don't know if what I have right now is enough to really deal with it. Before dealing with that, I'm going to go ahead and deposit another elite Prussian infantry, because we do actually need a bit more, and I guess I'll add all the ones to the map that I can for the time being. So strangely enough, despite having a direct land route to get here, I cannot just route directly there. When he came this way, he was just going to route directly there, but now he finds it easier to cross the river and then cross the river again in order to get here, which would be an awful idea. So I guess game pathing has just kind of foiled my plan, because as far as I understand, there's no easy way to just tell your unit to take a different route unless you're like waypointing to here and you don't want them to do this. So you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. This is a 1-tile movement. And if I'm not getting a 1-tile movement by doing this, I don't think there's a way to force this. So since the game's pathing decided to fuck me over like that, I decided to fuck myself over in a new special way, a little different to what we were doing before. I went back a few turns, and instead of routing these armies all the way down here, I guess they were already kind of over here, but I basically pathed them over here, and we're back onto the actual correct turn right now. As you see, this guy's still going here. Reconnaissance is here. I forgot to move these guys, this militia, the turn prior, so they're a little behind. I've basically recruited all the same things, maybe just a little less things, I'm not sure. And basically, I took those 2 armies, and I took our great leader, Frederick II, and we're basically just gonna go balls deep and just jump in here together. We'll get there in 4 days and just attack this guy, I guess. I mean, if the game's not gonna let me path there without wasting 2 more turns when I only have, what is it, like 11 turns left, I'm just gonna say fuck you, game, and I'm just gonna do this. Because with these kinds of delays, I don't think I could, if I even still can, based on my playstyle, pull off a major victory where I get a screen that doesn't say stalemate. So, yeah, this is just how we're gonna do it. I believe we've basically done the rest of the turn already, as I've showed you it. I don't know why it's showing me you. Oh, because there is nobody to move. Okay, cool. So let's hit end turn and hope that this doesn't kill my units? Oh! He moved! He moved! What? He ran away in less than 4 days. And there's nobody in the fort? Am I reading this right? He ran away. And there's nobody in the fort. Oh, and more than that, we actually gained control of the fortress without an assault because they ran away. We own this now. This is ours. There's the Prussian flag hidden behind all my generals. And down here it says you've gained control of the Konglomerat. I'm sure I'm saying this wrong. One of you in the comments told me I was saying this name of this campaign and the region wrong. I'm saying Silesia, which I'll probably keep saying, because the other way I was told to say it was like Silesia? And I feel like I'm still butchering it, so I don't want to say it a different wrong way. But hey man, if you're the one that left the comment telling me how to say it, then let me know if Silesia is correct, because if it is, then I can say it in the future campaigns. Well, I really don't know how to react to that, so for now I'm just going to take this little infantry depot, blah 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 blah, reinforcements, and I'm going to recruit more of that. I honestly forget what it is at this point. I think that's line infantry. I hate the recruitment system of this game, not gonna lie. Over here, looks like I was right to do the reconnaissance that I did on Guten Tag. Is this place really called Guten Tag? Doesn't that mean good night? Alright, well, anyway. Looks like I was right to do this reconnaissance because we did not gain full control of this location. In fact, we took about, what, 31%? No, sorry, 61%, I think, of it last turn. And while that would have been enough to pass supplies through, it's not complete yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do another reconnaissance. That'll finish our control in this region. And you, my friend, who are sitting here in offensive while resting and having taken control of this location, are actually going to go on assault. And you're going to move over here. It's only going to take you 2 days to get there. You're going to assault the moment you arrive. Maybe a little tired from the moving, but you're going to have the rest of the turn. That's a whole 12 days, I think, to rest here. Because you're going to win this no problem. Because they don't have a fort. They have a defense as tiny as what they had up here in Namslau, which this time I'm realizing that I forgot to toss this cavalry into, so that's my mistake. I'm gonna have to do that. That's kind of a shame. What is it worth? 2? 1? It would have generated us a victory point or so during that turn. Oh well, I mean, call it a little bit of payback for me reloading the save, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not redoing that again to fix that mistake now that I've done it. Just getting over the hurdle of the fact that I couldn't tell my units exactly what I wanted them to do is pretty much all I wanted, and I'm willing to sacrifice maybe a couple of victory points to pull it off. What is our victory points? Like 382 to 522? If we even catch up to them, I don't think 2-3 victory points will matter. That being said, the couple victory points I would lose by not having, accidentally not having fortified this with a cavalry is nothing compared, I guess. Wait, actually, let me check that before I say it. Okay, I lied. This new place I took is not going to gain me as much as keeping this fortified would have, but it could make up some of the deficit, and I wouldn't have taken it over unless I reloaded the save. So, 1 and 2 victory points, no big deal, right? Right. Speaking of victory points, before I forget, let me just take a cavalry and do this. I really hate this function. I hope that this method of controlling something where you have to have specific unit types is removed in the other AJOD games we end up playing, because, oh my god, it sucks, and it's hard to keep up with, and there's no reminder for it either. There's an event here. The French army concentrates in Alsace, gathers in Alsace in early August to support the Bavarian elector's claims. This army, called l'Armée de Bohême, will be led by Maréchal de Belleazur. So I don't know what that means, but apparently France is concentrating troops over here. I'm just gonna assume that's either leading up to another campaign in this game, or I'm gonna hope it's something good for us based on where they give me troops, because I don't know what else that's supposed to mean. So I have a bit of a different plan here. I'm gonna actually start sending Frederick back up northeast. It's gonna take him like the whole turn to get there. I'm gonna leave him in offensive while he moves, because I am sending the other Frederick Holstein, down to engage this force, because I notice he's trying to put up a fortification of some kind, and I'd rather not let him dig in. I'm going to leave this smaller force here in Konglomerat, but also on offensive, because if you're one tile away, then I believe you at least have a chance of reinforcing a battle on another tile. And this guy, while not being our best commander, this Frederick technically has more troops with him than the greater Frederick. And I do need the greater Frederick not to just stand around staring at Austrians all day. We've accomplished our mission here. We need to start heading up to Nacy, and we need to capture these strategic points. So let's go ahead and put this plan into action. Let's hit end turn. Alright, we got our assault going over here. The Battle of Glitz. We dominated them, only 17 losses, killed all the men defending this city. Pretty easy. And the battle has begun. This general has engaged. The bar's not looking too hot for us, but I believe at some point, our reinforcements should get involved. Oh man, Frederick's already pretty far away. But if we take a look, I don't think Frederick got involved, actually. No, by the look of this unit count, I don't think Frederick ever entered the battle. I could probably check by going in here. Oh no. No, Frederick never entered the battle. Frederick II? He never entered the battle, yet we got a pretty good victory here. We lost only 500 men. That wasn't really very many of our troops, whereas this was almost 10% of his troops. What even was this? Like 0.5%? 2%? It's something around there. So we've held our ground, we've chased him away. Let's end the turn and oh, whoa. Alright, so we got some changes. I think I just saw this guy's army run away. But maybe it ran away to meet him. I may have forgotten to point out last turn that we did recruit some new light infantry and artillery from this decision screen. And I believe earlier I mentioned that we were burning through elite infantry. I may have forgotten to mention that too. We had at like 4 or 5 when I started. We had 7 or more after I recruited like 2 groups of them. Now we only have 2. So as you can see, we burned through our elite infantry replacements pretty quickly. That being said, we are recruiting all the ones we can recruit right now, so I can't really do anything to bolster that. This guy, of course, his army's looking great. He destroyed this place, man. Look at this. Destroyed it. Military control here's maxed out. Good, so we're going to just march in the next place. 3 days, assault it, take it over. Should be pretty easy. I'll let him rest there, I guess, because I don't know what happens if I do this. Actually, you know what? It's all in one turn. Fuck it, I'll give it a shot. We'll march in. We'll assault it, hopefully take it, then move on to here and hopefully take this, because there's actually nobody defending this place. So if I can snipe 2 of these cities in one go, then that's really good. And oh dear God, before I forget, I need to get some cavalry to maintain my control of this. Okay, so I must split your unit apart. I was gonna say, I don't remember how to do that. I just split the wrong fucking group. God fucking damn it. What did I do? Why did I do it? Why am I retarded? Okay, combine. Alright, let's try that again. You, split units. Cool. So what do we have here? Okay, so let's leave you here. You get out of the offensive and get into the structure. This is going to be an interesting one, but I think it's doable. You know, in fact, I could technically capture this city with a cavalry unit. But I am going to send this cavalry down here. It's only going to take him a day to get there. But he shouldn't attack if I just leave him on the defensive while he's there. And then he'll retain control of this. And now we'll take another cav and actually just send him down here. He should probably actually get there first. And then just take control of it early. And then in which case, this army won't even need to really pass through that direction. But let's just go ahead and give ourselves a chance to rest over here, I guess, while we prepare to move onwards. Maybe we can have him take this place next. So I can't forget to take a siege works and drop it on Frederick's location here. As for this terrible little situation, which looks like an even bigger Austrian army, I'm actually just gonna march our other Frederick here just down in here on offensive and all the way to Colon, basically. You know what? No, I'll go one further and send him to Brod. You, on the other hand, this man, are going to wait here, wait for the battle to start. You're an offensive. You'll join the battle after it starts. Otherwise, you'll just hold your position, because this guy, he actually moves pretty quick, this Leopold guy. And I'm basically going to set him up for an offensive on Prague, if possible. Level 3 fort, pretty big deal here. But I'm just trying to think ahead, and we got, 9 turns left? It would take 4 turns, basically. At least 4, maybe 5, if based on the rate I'm going, to get here, get enough holes in the fortifications, if we need holes in the fortifications, and then end up taking this. So I want to get started on this now before it's too late. This should be taken in 2 turns. This will all be taken next turn. I'm hoping for this to be taken by the end of 3 turns. This to be taken by the end of 4 turns. So basically, all these forces can be marching down here 5 or 6 turns from now, hopefully 5 turns from now, so that we still have time to deal with this stuff, because if I do have to take everything, then we're not exactly going fast enough. So on second thought, after eating dinner, actually I'm still eating dinner, I just took a break, I'm going to change something up here. I've already done it here. I'm going to send this man to here instead of here, because I actually read this, and it says that a structure encountered at the end of movement will be assaulted, not during movement. So we're going to want to just run into here, and this cavalry should be able to take over this city by itself. Should be, especially considering it's undefended. The next thing I'm going to change is what I'm doing with this man. So I'm actually going to send him to Konglomerat. I'm going to send him down from Konglomerat and then over here, because I'm less worried about him running away, and I'm more worried about simply not encountering him. Because I think that this guy's army is too small that if he encounters him, he just wouldn't attack. Because the generals can kind of take liberties like that. Simultaneously, I'm also going to have him move all the way to Prague. Because no matter how this turn ends, I believe that I could make it all the way to Prague and start the siege there, so we can speed up this timer even more and hopefully do better. So let's hit end turn and hope for the best. Alright, assaulting Katowice. We lost 0 men. We took it, killed everyone. Perfect. Oh. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of troops. Did I do good? That green bar isn't very comforting. But I believe our general's better. I don't know. I haven't encountered this general yet. It looks like things are going pretty well for us. It looks like things are going real fucking well for us. He's losing men at a much higher rate than we are as this battle's going on. Although we are losing men too. The numbers have just about evened out. Okay, here's the battle result. The hits are pretty similar, honestly. Our combat value was higher, that's good. We suffered a good amount of hits, but he suffered more. We lost about 2,000 men, less than 300 horses. He lost about as many horses as we lost men. Actually, he lost more horses, and he lost about twice the men that we lost. This is definitely a Prussian victory if I've ever seen one. That being said, these are all temporary casualties. No parts of our forces were permanently lost or anything, and these started out as pretty evenly sized and matched sides. So let's close this window, and because we moved down here, a second day of battle has been initiated, and the numbers don't look quite as good because the man we sat over here may not be assisting us. He may show up in the middle of the battle. Right now it's not showing him. How did this go? So he actually lost a heavy cavalry group, only like an element of it though. The casualties are not nearly as on our side. It does look like the other force up here did come to assist in the middle of the battle. The enemy lost another 3,000 men compared to 4,000 last time, with our men losses being basically the same. We lost more horses this time than last time, but he still lost almost twice the amount we did. So it's definitely promising. That was day 8. Okay. And we still made it to pro. Okay. What is happening? We still made it to Prague, but this man is still alive. And he's outside of our door. Okay, so we're gonna enter the structure. And we're gonna, let's see, we're gonna take this valet show, and we're going to put it down there, because this is a little scary. This army has at least about or around 20,000 men left. It may be a little tired from all these straight battles. I mean, we certainly are tired. How are you feeling? You're not as bothered. But he lost both of these battles, so I can hope that he's a little more worn out, especially after continuing to move here anyway. What seems to have happened actually is that we attacked him here, he ran away here. We attacked him here, he ran back up here. So now this is under siege. Wait, is this even under siege? It's not under siege. So he might still leave. He might still leave. Unfortunately, we only got one hole in this fortress, but there's not a lot defending it, and I don't want to wait another turn. So I'm going to go ahead and just assault it anyway, because 137 power, that's not really much on Frederick the Great. Let's take a look at the news here, and okay. Where am I? Hello? Unfortunately, we did not take this. Turns out there is actually a force here. That is unfortunate. So this is not going to work quite as I had imagined. So he's just going to sit here for now, I guess. We'll take him. Actually, no, we'll leave him on that. You are going to move and take Ratibor. That's unfortunate. I thought this one may have been undefended. It is not. And we'll take you, my dear Dragoon, and we are going to, take you off defensive. We're going to leave you in this city, and we're going to put you on sentry mode, so I never have to hear from you again. So we're not going to move quite as fast down here as I would hope, and we're going to have to assault a little early here to move as quickly as I want to up here, because I want him to take this and then be moving south, preferably by the time this is taken, because then I can move an army here, and I can start moving armies south as well. What the fuck? So French and Bavarian reinforcements arrive. Concentrate their forces for the offensive on Austria. Reached Regensburg. Cavalry. Are these mine? These are mine. These are my units. Oh my god, that is a terrible command penalty. What the fuck? These are my units. What the actual living fucking shit? There's even more of them. There's even more of them right here. Look at this. How many? Oh my god, what the fuck? So these are all the French? These are French reinforcements for me? Well, all of their command penalties are pretty bad. Except for this one, but he's leading a smaller force. So that's annoying. But I guess it's to try to represent how other forces weren't as good as Prussia's at the time, I guess. Well, damn. So that's pretty cool. I guess I just want to move them on strategic objectives. Maybe they can help me catch these things here. Maybe that's exactly what I'm supposed to use them for. How long does it take to get over here? 23 days. 23 days. 16 days. 17 days. Wow. Okay, some of these guys are a lot faster than the others. I don't know if we're going to get stuck on Linz. Actually, we probably want to take Linz because of the fact that we need supply in order to stay alive. So I think I'm going to make an effort to capture that first. So the bigger armies that move slower, I'm just going to move to Linz. And the smaller armies that seem to move faster, I'm going to move as far as they can get in one day. So if there is no interruption upon reaching the city, I don't actually know how that works, then we will move past this and kind of claim military control of these locations. If there is an interruption there, then we'll all just be piled up here. That being said, the two bigger, or biggest, yeah, I guess, armies over here are going to show up at Linz and get ready to basically assault the place. Although maybe if there isn't an interruption, their presence here just taking control of the area will allow supplies to pass through. I don't know, I'm still learning this game. My reinforcement page is filled with all this other crap. I don't even know where to begin recruiting this stuff. Hello? Like, now I have to recruit for everyone else too? I don't even have any elite units for myself. How am I supposed to keep track of giving all you guys infantry? Who is this? This is France? Where do I recruit for France? Like, hello? Can I recruit for France anywhere? No. I don't think I can recruit anywhere for France. Like, is this France? This is France. Okay, so, recruit. No, because it's a non-playable region. Well, then why did you give me troops to recruit if I couldn't recruit them? Alright, at least I can recruit Bavarians, so let's recruit some elite units there. I don't know how much we'll need. Let's recruit another one. And we're out of manpower anyway. Oh god, wrong button. As for Prague, now that I know the deal down here, I think I'm going to do something to speed this up even further so I can get rid of this situation here sooner. I'm going to do this traitor here, this traitor card, which apparently will cripple the fortress, potentially. Apparently it's a rare card. Apparently it's very powerful. It costs 50,000, so 50 money to use. Oh god, wow, which is more money than I have. But I should gain money as of next turn, so it should be fine, I guess. I don't know what not having money for a turn or part of a turn does. I figured out how to fix it. I just stopped recruiting one of the Bavarian units, and now I have money. And now this should definitely go through. I'm hoping this does some big damage that the siege works doesn't. Or maybe just makes the place surrender as a whole. I don't know. It's going to help somehow. So let's hit next turn and see how it goes. Hopefully for the better. I wonder how many of these loading bars I say the word hope for. Oh, looks like we actually got a second, wow, breach in the moment I went to assault it. That's really convenient. I didn't do it, I swear to God. I don't know how that happened. That was like a last minute lucky roll of the dice. Stalemate, but I think we won. I think we won it. Okay. We've arrived here at Ratibor. We're assaulting. We've taken it. That's good. This man's actually running away from this location, and this guy's army has appeared. Oh, he's appeared in Prague, and he's attacking us. Uh-oh. Apparently, we won a victory. Apparently. Even though we were outnumbered by 11,000 men. That is so stupidly outnumbered. I can't even comprehend how we got anything even close to this result. That being said, as you see, we did lose some units. Are we fortified? Oh, we are fortified. That certainly helps. I don't know when this weird music kicked on, by the way. I had to BRB basically in the middle of that battle. So, as you can see, they lost a lot more than we did. Hits overall were... the scale makes it look more even than it was. We dealt 357, they dealt 217. Now, I do believe that if that continued, technically we should lose in the end based on the ratios, unless I'm just bad at math, which I know I am. But they lost over 1,000 horses, 6,500 men. We lost 3 3/4 thousand men and 450 horses. Really not that bad of a result for us. They had more horses, they had more men, they had more cannons. Honestly, their horses are equal to literally over half of the men we brought. So I'd say this is a pretty impressive result. I give the credit to Frederick. It's probably his command that made this possible. I don't know what the hell's going to happen here now, so I'm just going to continue. Oh my god, there's even more Austrians. What the fuck? Okay, well, this has left our troops in a pretty interesting situation. The defenders of the city have mostly been killed off by the looks of it. At least a lot of them have. Due to just how crazy that battle was. Our troops need some time to rest. And while the supply no longer connects to anywhere we have control of, we still have plenty of supplies on our supply trucks. We have food, we have ammo, we have what we need. We could maybe assault and hope to take it. Our power is drastically reduced right now if we do not rest. But we could also hope to send this guy this way. Well, not like that. Like this, to reinforce by the end of the turn. Sit down, rest, and recuperate our cohesion with the help of our supply, and maybe fend off whatever attack comes next, and be bolstered next turn when this guy arrives. I don't know. I'm really just going to end up thinking about this next episode, because we do have a full episode here, guys. Oh my god, I'm so happy we got through this. It's been weeks, and I gotta tell you, I'm happy to be back recording this. We have another 7 turns to go, so this will take one, maybe I was wrong, maybe another 2 episodes. We'll see. We will definitely see, and it does look like all of our troops here were stopped at Linz. Okay, well that's cool. That is going to be it for this episode though, so thank you guys very much for watching. And hopefully, this all ends well. Bye-bye.